Most retirement planning factors in living on less in retirement. In this video, I'll talk about why this is suggested in financial retirement planning and how to know if this is something that you should plan for. At the end, I'll share the very most important thing for you to live well. Hi, my name is Camille Gaines. Welcome to Retire Certain. This channel is all about helping people build wealth with slightly alternative strategies that don't take decades, especially for those of us who don't have decades before retirement, and creating diversified income streams so you can live well both now and later. I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm not trying to sell wealth management services here or acting as one. I'm an accredited financial counselor, but mostly I just share what I've learned from investing for almost 40 years now, personally, and also from creating alternative income streams for the past 15 years. Do your own research or hire a financial advisor or financial planner if you feel like you need one. I have to say that. Okay, so back to living on less in retirement. Here's an example. Let's say that you make $100,000 a year. Now, it's common to plan to reduce your spending in retirement by 20% to 30%. This means you would plan to live on, instead of the $100,000, $80,000. But almost no one really wants to cut back their spending after they retire. I mean, I don't. Do you? The current retirement plan is based on reducing your spending. Since I get it, you won't be driving to work, you won't need to buy nice clothes and things like that. This makes sense, right? But what about the rising costs for things like healthcare, the practical things like that? There's also the reality that taxes will likely rise, since right now tax rates are very low based on historical tax rates. Then there's the rise in the cost of goods and services from inflation, which is almost certain. Now, this is factored into most retirement planning, as I've talked about in other videos, and you'll certainly want to check that out. But what about other things that you want to do in retirement? What about things like, taking fabulous trips that you've waited for years to take until you were living in retirement and you had the time to actually do all those things that you wanted to do, right? Visiting children or grandchildren, or just taking really nice trips. Or what about doing hobbies that you've waited all this time until you had time to do them? What I found is that most hobbies are not very cheap. For example, I began oil painting a few years ago, and I'm kind of shocked at how much oil painting costs. And now I've recently also begun bar classes for free 3 to 4 times a week. While it has dramatically improved my health, it certainly didn't help my budget any, my bank account any. So most hobbies that I found are just expensive. I used to play golf and it was very expensive. Boating is expensive. A lot of hobbies, most hobbies are expensive. Before you even think about how much money you need to retire, get clear about what your priorities are and about your desired lifestyle. Many people think the place to start planning for retirement is with building wealth or investing in stocks, but it's really, really not. It's deciding what you want to have in your life. You may be perfectly happy cutting your expenses by 50% and living in the woods in a small cabin or an RV. I can almost guarantee you that I will hear in the comment section that, a number of people are very, very happy with that and living on $2,000 a month. On the other hand, you may be called to travel to exotic places and stay in nice resorts along the way now that you finally have time to do that. Only you know what you want in your life, not some cookie-cutter formula that fits everyone. This is so true with all financial planning, with retirement planning, with investing. There is no cookie-cutter rule for all of this. You have to embrace your own wealth building, your own retirement planning, and decide what it is that you really, really want in your life. Do this for your life now, how you're living now, and also for your financial future. From there, you can decide about how much money you'll need for both your current lifestyle and your retirement. And this will drive your actions today too, that will affect your wealth when you work and live from this big picture perspective on all of this, about what you want, about, if you want the exotic trips versus living in the RV in the woods. You'll live more purposefully, you'll live more happily, and you'll be more likely to reach your goals. And as a result, your spending and your earning will be congruent with your heartfelt desires on the deepest level. If you want to know more about this, watch this video next. And remember, build wealth, create income streams, and live well.